Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 25 of Direwolf20's Server Play series. Uh-oh, Tema's lurking in my base. This can only mean trouble.
Hello. Trouble.
How's it going, man?
Not bad.
And Soren is lurking on IRC. I can see that. Hi Soren, how are you? As we wait for him to type a response. Soren is out of the country and therefore has a very bad internet connection. So I think he's on TeamSpeak with us but can't talk. But he can hear and can type in chat. So we get Soren by remote. And I think Prague is also here and Abrar. And is Flora still here?
I'm here.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen Flora in like a bajillion years.
Yeah, that happened.
Where you been?
Well, I was teaching.
Oh.
And then school ended. And I've had nothing to do.
So you decided to come hang out with us because you had nothing better to do. I see how it is. Flora's like, yeah, that's exactly what I meant too.
Totally.
I'm playing around with... I have an idea. I know I'm going to run into a problem, but I'm going to do it anyway. And if I don't run into the problem, good. And if I do run into the problem, at least I knew I was going to run into it anyway. So, and it's more or less a bug, but I'm going to do my best to work around the bug, and we'll see what happens. What are you up to, Mr. Tema?
I've been working on Botania.
Ooh.
Going through the tech tree. So
That
now
sounds
I've got green shirts and pink pants.
I was gonna put it on my map, but then I wasn't sure because magic doesn't really fit into my map.
Oh, you're working on a map?
Maybe.
Ooh.
I like how you're like,
Possibly.
maybe, but you were just talking about it a second ago. And...
Yes, I'm working on a map.
Oh,
Started,
there we
like,
are.
Today at 8 a.m. Awesome.
Oh. So
I need something to do.
you're kind of working on a map.
Well, the map itself is made. I just have to do all the quests and figuring out the written part and linking everything together and figuring out the rewards. But the map itself is made.
Sweet.
That's
Oh,
the
so you're doing
easy
that
part.
you're doing that for the jam pack competition?
I don't know if I'll actually do it for the competition. I might try to get somebody to help me that would disqualify me from the competition. But the competition inspired me to do this.
Cool.
Hey, even if it inspires things, that is always good too for the community. More fun.
Yeah, but it has like a science food feel. Lots of genetics. There's a lot of things with genetics.
Cool. Don't mind me, I'm making barrels.
Yes, there are bees, Soren.
What? Bees?
And other mods that have genetic-y things. Yeah.
I'm suddenly afraid. Have you checked out Gendustry at all yet, by the way?
I have heard of it.
It's totally cheats.
Yeah.
Are you doing it in 1.6 or 1.7?
1 second.
Nah, 1.6 is too old for me.
Well, that's what the contest is.
Oh, I'm off the yellow slab. That's not nice.
Lex already has.
I'll be eligible anyway, so I don't really care that much. I just find it rather annoying that people who choose to do whatever, but I know there's a valid reason for choosing 1.6, don't get me wrong.
So I assume, Tema,
Sure.
since you've been working on Botania, that Living Wood works now, right?
Yes. Is
Okay,
it
good.
not working?
It was not working for a period of time. It just like didn't
Okay.
ever transform or anything. But I guess it is now, so that's good.
No, it works fine.
Cool. Good to know. All right. So guys, here's what I'm doing. I want to automate Pneumatic Craft seeds, and I've done this in 1.6.4 with a bunch of mods that I don't have any of them on the server at the moment with me. So I found another way to do it, which like 90% works, and it's super complicated, but it kind of works. So we're going to do our best. Because what I'm working on is going to get me the access to get more drones, I'm probably going to use this drone because it is drone related the way I'm going to do it. And I'll use this one that I have here, and hopefully if I drill a hole in this wall here, he'll be able to find his way in to recharge. Hopefully I can come up with this nifty plan, and I'm not even going to take this programmer with me, and we'll be cool. So let's put him over here-ish, just so I have him to work with, and I can start working on this thing that I'm going to do.
Your living wood is done.
Oh good, it's working. I'm happy when that works. Cool. So let me give you guys a good rough overview of how this will work. And we're going to do our best to make sure that it behaves the way we want it to. But because of some of the mechanics that exist within, pretty sure it's living wood planks that I need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Nice. That might be enough. Let's see. No, it's not. Because of some of the way of things that work in Pneumatic Craft, this might not work terribly perfectly, but we're going to do our best. And I'll get started with a pretty simple setup. That ought to be good for now. So I'm going to do this with 3 of these guys, and then we'll expand out our horizons into something more. So these are open crates, and they are pretty awesome. They don't have an interface, and there's no way to interact with them directly, but what happens is they will automatically drop whatever's in them on the ground, pretty much like the dropper. Ooh, the Botania has fancy stuff on the cover. That's new. So open crates. Just like you have to put things in there with dispensers, or they act like droppers and dispensers, but they drop straight down, which is good. Yes, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff, and that's how you make it. We just saw that. So that's step 1. So what I'm going to do is something like this. Check this out. We're going to get a hopper, and we're going to get some seeds, which I should have some in here now. I guess they're inside. So let's use, I don't know, rain and creeper plant seeds for now. Just as a demonstration, right? So this is the way this is going to work. If we put rain plant seeds in there, see how they drop straight down and they land perfectly and get planted. Pretty good, right? So that's step 1. But we're not actually going to use hoppers. I'm going to use something a little trickier. Check this out. I want to get hopper upgrades. So for this, I'm going to need hoppers. You know what? I'm just going to get as many chests as I can. That will probably be close to enough. We'll see. Let's do this. There, now I have plenty of those. And what do I need for the hopper facade? Okay, I need, let's say, 3 more hoppers. And then this guy. And I'll get back to making pistons for a bit. Always need more pistons, right? There we go. Cool. That'll at least work for now. And then the other thing I'm going to need is upgrade slots. So I'm getting everything I need ahead of time for this, and then we'll have to, you know, really branch out and make it work. But here's the deal. Check this out. If I were to put some barrels up here, for example, here's the plan I came up with, Tema. Tema's listened to me like work for the last 2 hours trying to figure out a good way to do this. What we insert are structural upgrade slot 1, which allows us to insert hopper upgrades, which basically turn these things into hoppers. But before they act like hoppers, you have to put hopper facades on the side of the barrel that's going to act like a hopper. See how that works?
Okay.
And then we're going to put the open crates underneath. And then we're going to put the appropriate seeds in there. So for example, I'm going to do something like this. Oh, I missed it. I might need to put more seeds than 1 in. I found that that is probably better, so let's do that. So let's say I want some creeper plant seeds, some rain plant seeds, and I definitely want lightning if I have them. And I don't, so that's cool. Lightning plant seeds are the ones that you really need, I think. Alright, good, I have some in there. That's cool. So basically, we'll do this and then lock it. This and then lock it. And that's the creeper, and then this and then lock it. And then give me these back. Cool. So that's round 1. So now we've got barrels, which designate what type of seeds are allowed to go in, and then we've got the open crates right under them. So that's almost like a filtered hopper, if you want to think of it like that. Next up, we're going to need a chest. And we're going to do this. This is where your part comes in, Tema. Ta-da! So now the barrels can only accept the appropriate seeds in the appropriate barrels, and that's actually going to get changed because I'm going to have a 3x3 on top, so those pipes will wind up being on top, but we'll get that in a minute. And then I want some speed upgrades. A handful of speed upgrades are going to be very useful for this. And then it's a simple matter of putting a couple of these in here. Ta-da! So see how they went to the appropriate spot and got dropped? Cool. So I should probably wind up doing this up top here for now, because I'm going to be switching this anyway. But believe it or not, this actually does need to be... That should be good. Now he won't be able to connect to the barrel that's on the other side, which I'll get to in a minute. So that's cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll set up these guys next, and I've got some more living wood to do. Now the next trick is going to be getting the drone to do what I want to do. So basically the problem presented is that these things need to be dropped on the ground, but we don't want to drop all of them, otherwise they'll, like we saw, if we, for example, from this one lightning plant we get 2 seeds, you know, one will get dropped and one will get stuck and it'll be bad, right? So they'll wind up just hanging out on the ground there, and that'll kind of be stuck, and that'll not be where we want it to be. So the plan then would become, let's make sure that we can drop it on the ground like that, but then what we'll do, cool, is pick them up after like a few seconds. Cool. And this is off, right? Good. Lever state on means ritual is off. So let's test how that's going to work. For that, we're going to need the drone. I'm going to need any programming puzzles I have available. So let me work on my drone program real quick, and we'll be right back. So I'm going to need some of these. Cool. All right, guys, we're back. So here's a quick demonstration of how I hope this will work. Here's the programmer, okay? Stage 1, dig out this area. Okay, so those are the 3 squares there. Have you dealt with these programmers much before, Tema?
I have not.
So if you look in the puzzle
Seeing
cube
you
here,
create insane contraptions with them.
Yeah, that's the plan. Next step is pick up items in this area. And this will kind of account for any items that might have fallen off to the side, because you know how things fall sometimes when they're broken. Next up, export to inventory. That will be this chest up here. See? So first thing it does is harvest plants once they reach metadata values 6 or 13. Those are the two metadata values that represent a fully grown plant in Pneumatic Craft. Then it picks up the items that get dropped and put them in the chest to get dropped. So let's say we got 2 rain seeds, right? They'll both be dropped, one of them will plant, and then one of them will just be sitting here waiting on the ground. Okay? The next step is to go to location. That will go over here. So the drone, while the seeds get dropped and are getting planted, will fly over here. Then he'll come back, and his job will be to pick up in the same area he originally picked up. Okay? So then he'll grab any items he gets then, and after that, he'll export into this chest. Cool? So long story short, what should happen is any plants will get planted, the drone will go over here for a second while they're getting planted, and then any excess seeds will be picked up and placed in a chest here. So let's see what happens. Dun 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 dun. He's going to go over there, and he's just going to hang out until these seeds are fully grown and ready to be planted. Let's make that happen now. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. So that should help speed things up a little bit. So in a moment here, what we should see is this drone decide to come over here. And of course I chose creeper seeds, so that was a mistake. Oh, you don't have to bone meal them, it's okay. They'll grow pretty quick. Oh, and of course, because I haven't fully filled out the whole area here yet, he's going to do that. And are you going to be a stickler? You might be. Alright, let me adjust this real quick. Let me grab you. And I'm going to set this guy's export to inventory. I'm going to try and tell him to access only the bottom, and we'll see if that works a little better. If it does, cool. If not, we'll see if we can figure him out. Alright, let's try this then. I did fix this one way, but I just want to try something alternate. So now export to inventory, we can say access any side we want. And what I'm going to do to fix this is put this cobblestone back. Okay, cool. So then what we should wind up with is, if we do that, he should come, he'll try and come get it, and then he's going to go back over there. I want to make sure there's nothing in this transfer node, because there's something I know that's going to happen, and it's going to be a problem for us. There he goes. He harvests, he picks up. He should go put it in the chest. Now you can see the items are trying to find a place to go, and they're going to fail to find a place to go. That's because of a little nuance of the way things work. This actually has a different metadata value because it was picked up by a drone rather than picked up by a player. So I'm actually going to let that grow again, and what I'm going to do is replace the seeds. So these were rain plant seeds, so that's this one. So I'm going to do that. Darn, I missed it. You have to be real quick. There we go, got it. So now the appropriate plant seeds are there. So what he should do is pick up stuff, place it in there. This probably got the wrong metadata value of rain plant. This is that nuancey thing. Oh, right, because I picked it up when it fell the second time. Derp. Alright, well, I'll fix the metadata value thing, but it's basically working. It just needs to change that metadata value to the correct one. The problem is because when the drone picks it up, it's treating the plants different than when a player picks it up. And that's just that bug that I knew was going to happen from Pneumatic Craft. Remember I said we're going to have a Pneumatic Craft problem? That's absolutely what's happening. So now we've got lightning plant seeds probably that have the wrong metadata value. So let's fix them. Let me just put this stuff away. So we'll unlock the lightning plant. Try and catch it. There we go. Now we should be cool. Nice. So the drone is kind of doing what we want him to do. Hooray. Let me put away these puzzle pieces so I can clean up my inventory. And while this thing is running, he should be coming back. He's probably going to go recharge now. Did he find a recharge station? I think he did. Nice. Yep, he found his way to a recharge station. Awesome. Oh, he's trying to get in through the door? Alright, I guess you could do that. You want to see something really cool, Tema?
Always.
I'll show you this, and I'm going to cheat it in, but that's okay.
Le gasp. Cheating.
Yeah, but just so you can see it, because it's really neat, in my opinion. Let this fill up for Tema so he can actually see what's up. There we go. Nice. So you can see he's there, and then he's over there. He's picking up items. And then he exported them into the chest there. And then he's going to pick up those items and export them into the chest up there. So put on this helmet, Tema. And keep an eye on the drone. That's no fun, but I'll have to do something about that. See that little puzzle piece that's floating there?
Ah, yes.
That's telling you what function the drone is currently carrying out and where he's doing it.
Okay, so he's going to there.
Yep. So the pink one means pick up items, the orange one is export to inventory, and it matches the puzzle pieces in the interface here on the programmer.
Ooh,
That's pretty fancy, right?
it's very sci-fi.
I think that's really cool. I just like showing that to people because I think that's a pretty fancy part of the mod. There we go. Cool. So things are behaving the way I want them to. That's awesome. And we are actually getting some excess items here. So see how we're getting extra lightning plant seeds and extra rain plant seeds. Probably just dropped off a few extras. So he gets them planted up there, and then, you know, everything behaves the way it's supposed to. Nice, right?
Yeah.
I could probably even move the move to location thing a little bit closer so he doesn't have that long of a move back and forth, but it's really not that big a deal.
Really got to learn how to do this now.
It's not hard. I can definitely show you a little bit.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm sure I can figure it out.
Yeah, it's definitely not hard. If you can write Minecraft mods, you can definitely work out this thing.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go. I have him moving to a closer location now. So he just goes over there now. It's a little bit closer. Nice. So that actually does work. The only thing I've had problems with really bad are squid plant seeds, because when they don't get picked up by a player, they have trouble getting planted in water. So that's a real big problem for squid plant seeds. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. If I can fix it, great. If I can't, oh well. For now, let me do a little bit of off-camera work, and then we'll be back to do more with this. Alright guys, we're back. I've got a couple more seeds going on here. I've got some of the potion, repulsion, burst, squid. The squid ones are the ones that are typically the problem for me. I've found that that's really like the troublemaker there. So I'm going to kind of let it go and hopefully it'll behave a little bit. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, cool. So this is kind of working. Like I said, it's really tricky to get these things automated just because of the way the whole items falling on the floor thing works in Minecraft. See? That's what happens, is the squid plant seeds will pop off the ground like that. See how they just kind of like popped off all by themselves for no reason? I don't know exactly why that happens. It has to do something with block ticks. I have no idea what, but I have to talk to MindMart, and I'm pretty sure that's a bug. And I'm going to try and talk him into not having these different metadata values, because I understand why he's doing it, but it's really messing this up. Or maybe I can get him to get his drones to get it to pick them up correctly so they turn into the right plants when drones pick them up. I don't know. I'll have to bug him. But long story short, that's where we stand. We've got a semi-automated Pneumatic Craft seed planting system. It works pretty well. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to have to, once I've collected enough seeds, make a couple more drones so I can get one back up and running for my nifty little area in here. But I figure with 103 stacks of ender pearls and 4 stacks of ender lily seeds, I think we've got enough to hold us over until the future. My ore doubling system's working well. I think we're in pretty good shape here. So let me just keep an eye on this farm for a few minutes, and then we'll be back to see how it worked out. All right, guys, we're back, and believe it or not, this thing's actually working a little better than I thought it might. I didn't expect it to work so well. I thought I'd have more problems, but the real thing here is I've actually found that if I have this thing running at full speed with the ritual activated and my sigil activated, the plants grow too fast and they get harvested all at once. And then what happens is like the plants start to spread wrong. So like the creeper plant will like spread over here and then it'll block the repulsion plant from being able to drop. And also we've had issues with like items. If multiple plants break, what happens is like the drone will go pick up one set of seeds and put them in the chest, and then it'll go pick up the second set of seeds and put them in this chest, and they'll never make it into the top one there. So keeping it actually moving slower is actually working a little bit better. And I've been testing that with just bone mealing the plants every now and then. Looks like about 3 bone meals will get you a fully grown plant, which gets it picked up and placed in there, and then it drops. And then while it's dropping, the drone decides to go over there and come back to pick up the items that are going to go into the chest. So far, I've actually gotten a decent number of seeds here. And I'm going to let this continue to run. I know for a fact that there's probably a couple other types of seeds that I'm going to need or want. I really haven't looked too much at it, but I mean, I'm getting the main ones that I need for sure. And that's cool. I might need slime ones. If that's the case, I might do them manually just because slime spawning is kind of a hassle. But I think if I get the ones that are picked up wrong, they don't actually cause slimes to spawn. So that might be cool. So I might throw slime spawners in here. We'll see. I might expand and do like the last 2 blocks. So you can see I filled it in with cobblestone instead of dirt to prevent things from accidentally getting planted on those blocks it shouldn't be. I might throw slimes over here. I might throw another one too, just so I have as many of the seeds that I need for the plastics. So then I can start working. The main thing I want is circuit boards, right? In order to get a circuit board, we need transistors and capacitors, which transistors are squid plant seeds and capacitors are lightning plant seeds. So I've got those both going. The other thing that you need for circuit boards are creeper plant seeds. Cool. So creeper plant seeds, compressed iron. Okay, so that's the next thing we're going to also worry about. So that's why I've got, you know, obviously the creeper plant seeds in here going. Yeah, there they are. So creeper, squid, and lightning are definitely a focus here. And I've got some of the other ones because I need them for obviously doing the puzzle pieces mainly. Cool. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this build. It's not perfect. I know it's not perfect, but it's probably as good as you're going to get with the way things are currently implemented. I'm going to have to bug MindMart and see if we can't get these seeds to behave just a little bit better. But overall, I think he'll be impressed when he sees how well this worked out. I am, at least. Let's get this guy planted and ready to go. Do the thing. Nice. That's cool. I'm liking it. I might throw another speed upgrade or 2 in there, just because it's taking a little while for the squid seeds to fall back there sometimes. It's not the end of the world, but it's something I just want to keep an eye on. Let's see, did it figure it out? Yeah, I think it did. Nope, it didn't. What happens is the seeds are actually sinking into the water a little bit there, I think. It was working so well a minute ago, and now it just stopped. Probably because I'm recording. I could have him go a little bit further away. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. See, eventually he figures it out. What happens is if the seed's underwater when he stops there, he won't realize he needs to pick it up, and then trouble. What do you think, Tema? Not too shabby?
Not too shabby indeed.
Yeah. I really like these drones. I can do some cool things with them, I think. They'll build houses
break
for you.
everything.
They can dig, they can build, they can plant, they can do all kinds of stuff. I mean,
Yeah, you don't need Soren anymore.
pretty much. I mean, he's been gone for so long.
Too
Nice.
crappy of internet, evidently.
Yeah, he's got really bad internet where he's at. That's why he's not around.
I
All right,
don't know,
guys.
he somehow streamed yesterday. But I didn't choose using
He was at his
Xbox
brother's
anyway.
house. Alright guys, so for now, Direwolf20 signing off. I'll come back next episode, and if this thing works the way I want it to over the, period of time between this episode and next, what I should come back to is a lot of seeds. At least, I'm kind of hoping that'll be the case. But we'll find out next episode. Alright guys, for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, take it easy.